What's going on? It's Glendon Cameron, founder of Hustlers Kung Fu. Today, we talk about the solopreneur versus the business owner. And I'm going to give you two perspectives on both sides because everybody wants to be a solopreneur, work from home, work on their own, do their thing, but it's a lot of misinformation out there. There are people who are saying they're solopreneurs, but they're not. Okay, going forward, Hustlers Kung Fu is no longer supported by pre-roll ads and AdSense, all other stuff. So if you like the channel, and you like the content, be sure to buy a product. All links and stuff are below. And if you want to buy anything, leave a love offering. Links below, support Hustlers Kung Fu. All right, so we're going to jump into it. Let me make sure I get on this other page, see what's going on in the chat room. And we've got yada yada first comment on a live stream. That is hilarious. That really is. All right, let's jump into the solopreneur. And to give you some context and to help you out with a few things, I'm going to define the time periods when I was a solopreneur. When I had the storage auction business, I had a business partner. That is something I did not do by myself. But I did do this channel and all of its revisions of stuff by myself. Now, what does that mean? I created the content. I created the blogs. And when I say create the blogs, I made my own blog. I went in and got a template and did that stuff. I maintained the blogs. I wrote the books. I created the videos. I did the editing of the videos. From 2009 to roughly 2012, it was just Inc. No one else. That's solopreneur. And the shit's hard. I did very well, but there was some extenuating circumstances. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 shows were on about storage auctions. They helped me. I'm not going to sit here like, no, they didn't do anything. I woke up one morning and there was like damn near $8,000 in my merchant account. That was because of the shows, which helped me be a solopreneur. Now, let's talk about business owners. We'll go back to storage auction business and some other business. I had employees, I had assistants. We'll go back up to the day. There's Valencia, there's a crew. I am a business owner, and like right now, we are interviewing people. Now, wait a minute, but I'm here, and I said we, yes, because we're a team. Valencia and my friend who helps me with this stuff are interviewing people right now as I'm here talking to you. Now, that right there is the big difference between solopreneurs and business owners. And it's huge because I was a solopreneur, did it all day long, and I know the rigors of it. And it's really, really hard. Now, there are some people who consider themselves to be solopreneurs, right? And they aren't. They have teams. And they don't tell you about these teams. They say nothing about these teams. And it's pretty damn interesting. So let me see. Let me jump out of here and see. I got all these windows open. What's up, Yada? What's up, Famone? What's up, AKW Beats? ATG. What's up, Courtney? 416 to the 401. That is hilarious. About to do something real quick. I got a question for y'all and put it in the comments. For those of you who will come later, you will not see those comments. You have to hit the live stream. Be sure to go below and hit up the email list to get on the live stream list. I'm changing from watchpreneur to entrepreneurs. Thanks for the mental jewels. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I see this stuff and I'm not gonna get into it on this channel, but I see a lot of fuckery with Shopify because built 2 Shopify stores and I'm just sitting there like, bruh, bruh, it ain't. Let's just put it this way. After like 6 weeks of dealing with this, when I watch Shopify videos, I just see the bullshit for what it is. It is really crazy versus business owner. Yeah, for those on the email list, I'm gonna hit y'all up a little difference live now. Because right now I'm actually setting up an email for the folks on the list because I've been using this Wirecast thing, and it's pretty consistent now, but there was a period of time it wasn't that consistent. It was scary. So I'm going to let folks know that we're on so they can join the conversation, put some stuff here. I'll be back in the chat in a minute. Just wanted to make sure this puppy was doing what they needed to do, because sometimes it gets a little temperamental. Doesn't want to work, doesn't want to queue up, and there's people waiting. They can't get in. You know, you've seen people do live streams, and you've seen the test 1, test 2, or the folks who are new to live streams, and they're like, they don't know that they're on. They're just sitting there going like, I think I'm on. Are y'all there? Are y'all there? There's like a 30-second delay, and I think, you know, they're learning that they are burning airtime. Speaking of that, coming up very soon, it's going to be a podcast and some other stuff. So hold on, let me let these people know. And once again, if you like the channel, you like the content, be sure to support Hustlers Kung Fu. Go below the video, live stream, buy a product, check out the blog, hustlerskungfu.com, or make a love offering. So this is very different what I'm doing now. Let's see. What's up, Rob? Ken, what's going on? What's up, Henry? As you can see, I'm working my way back to making the live streams live again and doing that stuff. And let's see, that was strange. Let me hit save. I have to test this. But how many people in those stream are solopreneurs, and how many people are entrepreneurs? And why are you a entrepreneur, or why are you a solopreneur? What's the differential? Because I'm going to get into that, because there was some stuff that happened on my Facebook page, and it got a little hot. Well, it was on Facebook, not so much my Facebook page. And I was just sitting there like, really? You know, I was all up in my feelings, because right now there are a lot of people who call themselves entrepreneurs who have had no results. And to me, before you can call yourself an entrepreneur, you need to have some results. And there are a lot of folks like, you know, I got a business card with CEO on it. I got my nice Instagram. I have all of this other stuff, and they have no results. None. So what's happening is you've got people who are hiding under the cover of the good entrepreneurs, and then it's kind of muddying the waters of what an entrepreneur is and what an entrepreneur is not. Okay. Hold on, let me send this bad boy out right now. Get some more people to the conversation, and it's done. There'll be more live streams like this. Try to do 3 or 4 a week. Let the people know what's going down. True, Famon. Playing without action is simply a dream. What's up, Ryan? What's up, MJ Electronics? What's up, Mr. Compensation? So, compensation, you are solo. You do everything yourself. You have contractors, or you just 100% solo. How's that going for you? Let's make sure I hit this up. I will be back in a minute. I'm probably going to start doing some Facebook Live. So I've just got some stuff I got to clean up before I jump into that part of it. Okay. So we got all that going on, so I can devote all my attention here. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? What's up, Trevor? What's up, Diana? What's up, Cody? Yada. Well, I would consider myself a business owner. I'm working with a group of team, creating my website and getting everything ready this month. And we go live within the next 2 weeks. Hold on, let me turn that off. It's drawing some of my stream. How many people are on your team, and how often do you talk to them? Henry, I'm in Kalamazoo, Michigan. No good side business I can do in a town of 100K in my spare time to make a couple extra bucks a day. That would be negative, Henry. There's something. You got to dig it out. not making enough to hire people. Good point, AKW Beats. Here's the thing, and this is where a lot of people go wrong. Your business is like a kid, right? Does your kid care if you're making enough money to feed it? Does your kid go ahead and say, I'm not going to get hungry because you ain't making no money? No, you got to kind of put that to the side, because let's say you have a business idea and you got a job and the business makes enough money to pay an employee, but you got to keep your job. That would be a smart move. So maybe it's not that the business isn't making enough money. You're trying to chase the dream and live the dream at the same time, which is really fucking hard. Let's see, Ziggy ready to hustle. Cartel, what's going on? Solo moving slow, Mr. Compensation. What's up? Mama needs her wine. Cody, solopreneur. I know that you are a composer. Why do people label entrepreneur as such a business is bland? We need a new label. Actually, I think we need to kind of just get back to basics, because, entrepreneurs are like rock stars right now. It's a cool thing to do. I got some entrepreneur stuff. I'm trying to make some stuff happen because it's cool. But being an entrepreneur is some hard shit. And most people are just not cut out for the rigors of it. They're just not. And like I said, there was this thing on Facebook, and I'll tell you. Matter of fact, I think I'll show you. No, I didn't set this up. I'll just tell you. There was this person who posted this thing, because we were just talking about, many people jump into entrepreneurship and they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. And that was kind of where the post was going. Then this person put up this thing about, most people with certain career fields make more money than entrepreneurs. And I was like, what? And then, I read the whole thing, and, the average income in the Eastern United States for a single person, see, the household income thing is a little bit of statistical fuckery. Single people make between 28 and 32 grand. So you get someone making 28, someone's getting 32, and that's where this $50,000 per household average comes in. But if you break it down to person, because when you look at the stats, 70% of the people in this country don't make 50 grand. 70% of the people who are out there working do not make 50 grand a year. So where does this 50 something, it's two incomes put together, and that's where the financial fuckery happens. So I went ahead and I went back and I challenged and I put out, because the successful, and I should put that qualifier in there, this successful entrepreneur makes, average 175. That's doctor money. That's attorney money. That's more money than engineers. That's more money than coders. That's more money than designers. Everyone wants to be, work for Google. The average salary is 200K, but there's only one Google on the planet, and they're only going to hire so many people. So the stats are skewed. And I was just got all up in my feelings, because I was just sitting there like, why do people keep saying this shit when, once again, elitist moment coming. I live in a very nice neighborhood, and people like, what do people do to afford these houses? And I was like, they're upper level professionals and business owners. Not just professionals, upper level professionals and business owners. As a neighbor across the street is an anesthesiologist. The one that moved out here was a psychologist. The one that bought her house, it works for the FDIC. This one's a coder. And then other folks were retired. Then there's this other couple, Chris, my quote mythical friend that used to work for eBay. He is in supply chain management, and he works for Home Depot. And his wife does the same thing. So they both are over six figures. So that's like a $250,000, $260,000 household. No one around here has, quote, a regular job. They don't, because they could afford to fucking live here. So I was all over my feelings, and I just went in there, and there's some stuff where I challenged that, and I was like, hey, where are you getting this from? Because, are you including people who call themselves entrepreneurs, which is the reason I'm doing this, or are you including people who've had results as entrepreneurs? There's a big difference. Let's see. Yes, it's doable to be an entrepreneur with Shopify. I'll be talking about that more on B School for Hustlers. All the links to my alter egos are below, so you can just subscribe and be ready when I drop some jewels. Yada, daily talk, and I have 5 to 6 people, 1 back-end developer, 2 front-end developers, 1 app developer. Now that's a team, that's a business. Now, are you making, you did say you haven't launched yet, so I'm not going to ask you if you're making any money because you haven't launched. You're not making any money. All right, Diana. Courtney, solo doing blockchain and cryptocurrency consulting. Okay, that's different. I think this thing with the crypto cash is, or the cryptocurrency is extremely speculative and is like gold and silver. And I think, yeah, it's riding high, but that shit's going to crash at some point or level out. Purpose Pit, live in LA without a car, but all the good paying jobs I want require a car. I have a small business I'm trying to grow. Should I go without a car and focus on my business? That's really a question you have to answer yourself, because my thoughts and some stuff I'm going to do recently, I'm not in the near future, I'm not going to put it out there because it's not fully formed, is you got to balance out on a personal level, because you're trying to start a business and you are just, I mean, unless you do an online business, you need a car. So I think you need to do what you need to do to get a car. And once again, when we say car, you could probably get something that will get you from point A to point B for $2,500 to $3,000. So it doesn't, quote, have to be the nicest of the nice. But yeah, you need to be rolling. Yep, Famon, entrepreneurs are cool. 20 years ago, entrepreneurs were a dirty word. Yep. Just saw Potcoin last night. Damn. I mean, no, seriously, the whole thing with the income, because when you see it, it's like in your mind, it's like, what's average income? And you Google it and it'll say household income. Qualifiers are super important, because I'm like, let's say you got 3 people who are unrelated and they all live in the same place. Under the, I used to work for the census. That's a household. You don't have to be related to be a household. So you got people in LA who don't know each other because it's so expensive. So you got like 2 married couples living in one house because it takes 4 incomes to afford some. You got the same stuff up in New York, or you got maybe some boarding house situation where you get a room, so it's like 6 people living there. Guess what? Those are households, and for census purposes, they factor into that household income. A quick word on the census: the corrupt administration we have is defunding the census, which already didn't have enough money. Now, let me tell you why the census is important. A lot of people think it's just bullshit, people knocking on your door and bothering you, right? The census determines how much money your school gets. The census determines how many federal funds you get for your town. The census is so important, and people be ducking it because they don't want to talk to anybody. And they're like, I don't want nobody up in my business. So if enough people in the town duck the census, then you are robbing your town of money, because federal funds are based upon population needs and demographics. It's super important. And there's other businesses that if the census is defunded, which they're saying they're going to do, we're talking about losing billions. But yeah, the financial fuckery is real. What's up, BZ? Picking up the pace. Thoughts on selling house, taking equity and buying a house for cash in different area. Less opportunity for business in the area, but I would not have any debt. I think you need to sit down with pen and paper and run the numbers on everything. Run the numbers on staying where you are. Run the numbers on the new place. Debt is not necessarily a bad word. Debt is a bad word when you have low income. Debt is crushing when you have low income. Like, let's say his name's Andy, the anesthesiologist. I think they do like $500,000 a year. He's got all kinds of stuff going on, but he's renting a place and building a place, and he's got some other stuff that's going on. And he's doing all of that at the same time, and he's got debt, but he has very high income, so he can pay these bills and still live well. So debt is real bad if you have low income, and debt is real bad if you have no discipline. You have no discipline, yeah, sell the house, buy something else, be cashed out. But if you got discipline and you understand debt's not bad, I would have to run the numbers on that, because that's a big decision. All right. Controls the distribution. Y'all having a side conversation. All right, so let's get back on point to solo entrepreneurs and business owners. And I make that distinction because entrepreneur is thrown around, hustler is thrown around, all of these wonderful titles. And we have people who feel that just because they say, I'm an entrepreneur, they're an entrepreneur because, confused with that freedom of speech. But there's classifications. And what happens is everyone wants to use verbal trunication. I'm an entrepreneur with no qualifiers. I am a seasoned entrepreneur. Someone else over there may be a brand new entrepreneur. I was talking to a CPA because I'm looking for some more, and they have a lot of problems with new entrepreneurs because these people are blinded by flights of fancy that they're going to make a ton of money, but they have no skills and market skill. Because she was telling me some stuff that she had, and it was actually another CPA. We were having this conversation on Facebook, and she had this customer who was, and she put it this, a grad degree, business loan, and his venture went very, very bad. And she put in there that he just wasn't honest with himself. There are many people who feel because they went to college and they're smart that they could start a business and somehow it's magically, mythically just going to do well because they're so smart. And they don't have sales skills, and they don't have marketing skills. They don't know how to do content. They don't know how to do any of that stuff. And then when the loan money starts to run out and there are no customers, it gets a little dark. And there's a lot of people who are doing that stuff. That's why I say start your business small, use your own cash and grow from that. Then get to a point where, getting a loan makes sense. Let's see. Muka Chanda. I'm here in Atlanta, but I want to set up a company that outsources IT projects, virtual assistants, call center jobs in Africa. How do I list and outsource to work on my taxes? Okay, I'm going to ask you a real serious question. Have you ever done any of the stuff that you want to do? Because this, I see all of the time. I've been seeing it for 9 years. I want to do this. And when I ask that question, 9 times out of 10, they have no experience in this area. So it could be, and that's why I'm asking. I'm not assuming, but do you have any experience in any of that stuff? Because I see people who are asking in product questions before they got started. People worried about corporate structure, people worried about taxes, and they haven't made their first damn dollar. Don't worry about that shit. Worry about making money. Worry about that. The rest of this, you get money. Everything else takes care of itself. You don't even worry about that. So that's what I'm asking you. And the thing is, it's a personal choice because, in the video, it's like who's going to win. It just really depends on what you want. I was a solopreneur for most of my time on YouTube because that's what I wanted. Then I got to a point where I wanted more, and I realized there was only so much I could do as one person. And then, I was having this conversation. This guy may come on as a front-end developer because he's working on the project. He may come on full time, and I understand people want freedom, freedom of choice, but there are certain things that you can't work when you want to work. You have to work when the work's available. And that is a hard thing for a lot of people to swallow. A lot of people are like, I don't want to do that. I want to be free. Well, freedom is very expensive. Okay, so you got a team. You 1099 them. You hire these people as independent contractors, and then you send them as a 1099. Now, let me tell you something about like that, because everybody's like want to 1099 somebody. Now, if you have someone who comes to your location, you have a physical office, and they work exclusively for you, and you 1099 them, if you get audited, the Internal Revenue Service is going to tell you that person is an employee, and the feds and the state governments are coming after you for back taxes and penalties. So everyone's like outsource, hire, yeah, it sounds nice, and as long as nothing goes wrong, it's great. Now, if you have a true independent contractor, like this guy who's working the website, he's, it's a project base. He gave me a fee, and he's working on it. I don't track his hours and nothing like that. He doesn't come in. But the minute that he starts coming to my office and working dedicated projects, he becomes not an independent contractor. And then you see this thing with people who are quote contractors for AT&T and other stuff, right? Well, I got a friend who did contractor work, but he got taxes taken out like he was an employee, payroll taxes. So once again, the word game, solopreneur, entrepreneur, hustler. We're going to help you out with this on this channel with defining that stuff, because if you're operating on the false narrative, you're going to crash and burn. It's going to happen. Let's see, go back. Oh, the stream got hot there. One of the things, security service contracts, I have no advice, because let me just put this out there. Like, you hit me up on Facebook and you hit me with this 5-paragraph question, and then you and I are going to dialogue in the DM. You know, it goes down in the DM. That's consulting. I charge for that stuff, because let's take Blake's question, and I'm not trying to throw shade. I would have to ask questions to get a greater understanding of what he's trying to do, because security service contracts, I don't know what Blake's trying to do. I don't know where he's trying to go. I don't know. There's so many questions that need to be asked to give a really solid answer. And one of the things that I'm doing, and this is another reason that I am not doing AdSense anymore on this channel, is I'm about to get very, very controversial on my channels. So there's no point in taking me AdSense, because typically, if you are going, and what I'm going to start doing, if I get enough interest, because like I said, I don't do one-on-one consulting anymore. Unless you are at a certain price point, 50 G's to 100,000. But I will start doing boot camps where I will be available. You can ask a bunch of questions, and we may do it for a week or something like that, because it makes more sense, because I get my same money rate as consulting with one person, but it is leveraged because there's a class of 20, 30, 40, 50 people, stuff like that. But that will be coming. Just go below, get on the list, and we will hook you up when that happens. Purpose Pit, what are some recession-proof or roll-putt-proof professions? My passion is herbalisms, healing work. I want to get deeper into gardening, farming, and eventually do a little work. Okay, Purpose Pit. Here's the thing. Forget recession-proof businesses. Forget that. In the Great Depression, Wells Fargo became one of the largest banks in the country during a recession. Recession-proof yourself. Forget about recession-proofing the business. What I'm doing, I put up this video today, getting ready for prepping for the next recession. I firmly believe it's coming. If I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. So what am I doing? I'm upping cash reserves. I've got rid of all debt, and I'm looking for opportunities. If something pops up where I need to borrow some money, sure, I'll do it, but it's got to be really, really good, because I'm not going to do it. So I'm pushing hard to up the monthly cash flow and stack, because of what I think is coming. I will spend appropriately on the business. And part of being recession proof, and go back to the guy who's in California, if you got a car that's paid off, and you have an apartment or house that isn't breaking you, and you have no debt, and you have a skill that people will pay you for, you're kind of recession proof. But if you have a skill that people will pay for you, but you're so damn leveraged that you can't get enough people, I'll tell you a little story that came. 2007-ish, a guy comes in my warehouse. He owns a pest control. He owns some kind of business, and he was buying pissy bunk bed mattress set for his daughters, his 2 daughters. And he said, I'm doing this. I recently laid 15 people off, because he was still making money, but because he was so leveraged, he didn't make enough. So forget about recession-proof business, recession-proof yourself, which is being financially disciplined with your debt loads, cash flow, and if you were looking to buy a new car, put that off. Your car's paid for. You may not like it. Maybe it's breaking down. I got a situation. My car's in the shop right now, but it's paid for. And, after so many things I do to it, they'll probably be brand new again. It's a little easier to fix a car, and you'll hear this stuff like, don't put that money in a car, get you a new car. It's not worth it. There's something that's called intrinsic value. If your car is paid off and doesn't break you to get it maintained, you saving so much cash, and you feel good because you don't have that obligation. So recession proof yourself. Purpose Pit. I want to call out Planet Alyssa. She gives out weekly sales on 2. Great gal if you sell Etsy, Amazon, and eBay. All right. AKB Beats. Once I stopped worrying about that type of stuff and started concentrating on making money, I started making money. Not a lot, but making some. What you focus on, I don't know if there's some people who will be here who remember Kurt. I'm not in this e-commerce group anymore, not on my new page. And Kurt used to go on and on about politics and stuff. And I was just like, dude, focus on your business. Let all this, Obama stuff, let it go. He focused on his business, stopped being a political pundit. Best year ever. Best year ever. Yep, recession is an opportunity. Yeah, because there's just too many variables there for me to give you a real good question. What's up, David? Blake Wright, hiring someone green versus experienced employee. All right, let me give you that. We got a situation right now with that. I'm not going to get into it because I know they watch the channel. But it's really, it can be dicey either way, because hire someone experienced, they can come in and make an immediate impact. Typically based upon age, marital status, there's going to be some things they want, and a lot of those things they're going to want is benefits. Because even if you give someone like a lot of money to buy their own benefits, they still are more comfortable if the company provides benefits. And currently, Mac Daddy Media does not provide health insurance and any of that stuff. And if you're under 25 employees, you don't have to do FMLA, Family Medical Leave Act, and certain things. About 6 months down the road, we will offer health insurance and other stuff, but we are not there yet. But you hire someone experienced who has a family, that's going to be a great way for you to get them, even if you pay them less. This is how people are wired. I've seen it. And you hire someone experienced, make sure they have a really good personality, and you're going to have to devote time training them. One of the things that I have to do in the future is train people to do certain things. That's one of the reasons that I've been out of here, because I haven't been doing streams. People are like, all up in the DMs, man, I ain't seen no live streams. It's like, cause I'm busy, man. I'm busy, bro, man, from the 5th floor. I'm out here hiring people, talking to people, managing my clients, strategizing. And that's something else too. Somebody was just, when I put up my video talking about you're not going to find certain kind of people on Facebook, and they was like, oh, I got 2 billion clients who are on Facebook and yada, 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 yada. When you busy, really busy, Facebook is the last thing on your mind. But I'm just putting it out there. David, added my wife to my mobile notary side business. Now she involved, she cares. I got a buy-in and understanding by making her a partner. Well, David, you should do that, because she is your partner legally and financially in every way you can go. Typically, I advise people to not bring their wife or girlfriend into their business, with the stipulation, like, if your business was already like established and making 2-3 million, don't bring your wife or husband into that. If they weren't on that journey, like I kind of get the feeling David's wife is on the journey, they're building together, that's cool. But if you have an established business, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million, do not be bringing your sex partner up in your business. Because yes, they make your toes curl. Yes, they make you go, ooh, ah, make you feel real good in the afterglow. But they may not know shit about business. And then because they make you feel so good and make your toes curl, then you're going to be somewhat hesitant to tell them that they're fucking up, because you don't want to fuck up the toe curling activities. Don't bring them in. Tell them it's like, boo, I love you and everything, but business is business, and what we do is we do. And, keep them out. Keep them out. Ben Theodore, I think the whole knowledge-based worker ideal from this past decade is partially blamed for the surge in entrepreneurship as a career goal. Ben, if I had the t-shirt, I'd throw it at you, because I think you're right. Because that's another thing. Everyone cannot be a knowledge worker. I was watching this video. There's a lot of jobs. You got to use your hands. You got, you just not knowledge jobs. They make good money, and people don't want to do them because of what Ben pointed out. They want to be the next laptop entrepreneur, because let's be real. And that was another reason for this video, solopreneurs versus entrepreneurs. It's seductive. Wait, you have a company, you have no employees, you make a lot of money, and you don't work that hard. Who doesn't want that? Sign me up. But the reality, as someone who had that, is typically marketplaces will change and you will get a brief respite from having to bust your ass. And then you're going to have to go bust your ass again. Like everybody who follows someone, how many times have they changed their business model? My business model was pretty much resell stuff. 2009, roughly 2012. Bottom fell out. I had to do something else. And that's what's going to happen with virtually everything. It's going to change. And I've taken on a new tactic of I got a physical location. You know, you watch the videos. I have 2 offices. There are employees. And management is a great drain on resources because you have to manage you have to manage your clients, and you have to manage your staff. You have to, I got clients, staff, me. I do have some freelancers, and then strategy. That's another reason you haven't been seeing these streams. I just kind of nailed all that stuff down. And I'm being open and honest with you because like take the Shopify thing. Someone had asked about a Shopify. You could be an entrepreneur and set up a Shopify store. You need to be an entrepreneur because I think, who was that with the front end developer? Let me tell you what you're facing. I watched a bunch of Shopify videos, free knowledge, right? And 90% of them was how to build a store. If you go to Shopify and go through the tutorials, that stuff's there. You can literally, no lie, in an hour, 1 hour, set up your Shopify store. And that's what you go into Canva and making some designs and logos yourself. That is what they sell. We have a robust platform that will not crash, that will load fast. We're a resource. They're great at it. That's why they have so many people. Now, here's the rub. A great Shopify store with a great design ain't shit without traffic. And one of the things that I do with all my clients when it's like, well, look at this, they're blowing up. I was like, oh, really? Well, let's go look at their traffic. Oh, shit, they have no traffic. But the site's awesome, right? There's a lot of bullshit. So, like, for me, if anyone knows of a Shopify video that actually talks about how to get traffic, really goes into detail on how to get traffic because it's hard and it keeps changing. Yeah, post that in the comments. I don't need to know how to build one. Like I said, I got a designer who's building one. And this is kind of another thing. As a solopreneur, you doing that stuff yourself, you save money, but you also lose money. Because right now, designer right now is working on the e-commerce site. Valencia is doing the interviews. I got someone else doing something else, and I'm here with you. If I was a solopreneur, I would have to pick and choose one of those things to do in this exact time. That's the big, I think you should start off as a solopreneur, but your goal should be a business owner with staff and resources that you can do multiple things without tying up your time on all those things. I think that's just the best case scenario. Corey, Tim Ferriss, and Ty Lopez sold folks on that laptop millionaire dream. There's way more to it than they make it to appear. And yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm doing this, because I get mad when you include Susie from Spokane, Washington, who just whipped up her Instagram and opened her Shopify store yesterday, in the same breath as you include me, someone with 17 fucking years of business experience. I'm offended. Susie is probably cute and her ideal is great, but I got experience. I know what Susie's going to fucking experience. I know what's blind spots. I know what shit's going to happen. Susie don't. So we can't be even talked about in the same breath, but that's what people are doing. All entrepreneurs are equal. Your hustle ain't better than mine. Really? I live on my hustle. You living with your chick. Think about that. And that was a real case scenario. Like, yeah, you doing all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you live with your chick, motherfucker. She living with you. You moved in with her. But your hustle is good as mine? I think not, my dear friend, which I have not heard from in a while. Ben the bartender, I've been watching those Shopify videos as well. You still need a quality product with a Shopify store. And I'm going to go back to my solopreneur days. UrbanPackRat.com. Don't look for it. It don't exist anymore. It was a shitty WordPress blog I created myself, right? Broke a few times, disappeared because I put the wrong line of code in there. But that site made money. Why? Because I aimed a bunch of traffic at it. I was throwing traffic at it. YouTube videos. I was doing videos like at one point I was doing 5 videos a day because I knew more videos meant more traffic to the blog. More traffic to the blog meant more sales. Simple fucking equations, but you have people like, well, what I'm going to do is put my Facebook pixel here and I'm going to do this and get this. And they all talk about nothing about driving traffic. They hope to drive traffic, and it's just crazy. Time is definitely money, Diana. Purpose Pit, for skin products, do you recommend YouTube for traffic? I don't know what kind of videos would generate an audience or encourage the people to buy, not just looks. There's many broken content creators. Okay, Purpose Pit, I'm about to tell you something that's going to flip your wig and your head's just go poof. All right, you come up with a skincare product, right? You know what you need to do? You need to go locally and find whoever your target audience is and give free samples. I don't care, get a little bake-up chair and be like, okay, look, this is what it does. And while you're in free, yeah, and they're like, ooh, this feels so good. You know, women love stuff that smells good. They love cute packaging because that's who's going to be your audience for that skincare stuff. And you're going to have to actually get out and introduce yourself and be one of those pesky people you see at the mall. I'll tell you a story how a girl got me. It was this Dead Sea scrub stuff, right? Now, I was thinking about doing something because I went on this detox and my skin just like exploded. So I was actually looking for some stuff. So she hit me with her pitch and she put the stuff on me and she was like, oh, look. And she had her whole little spiel and everything. And it was just funny. And I ended up buying more stuff because I got to see how it worked. Because, you know, I don't know if you could see it. I lift weights and I don't use gloves. So I get calluses and stuff. And when we did all this stuff and washed off, all that extra skin went off. And I was like, oh, this has another purpose. I don't look like, you know, Ashy Man. But because she stopped me, pattern interrupt, sat me down, put stuff on me, showed me how it worked. So if you do that and videotape it and put it up, that's what you're going to take. So yeah, you're looking at it from a whole different wrong. What's up, Gandalf? I remember that. And I mean, to a degree, he has a right to be offended because what happens is people use the word entrepreneur as a catch-all to everybody that has business aspirations. But when you start to qualify new entrepreneur, seasoned entrepreneur, budding entrepreneur, entrepreneur of extreme excellence, that would be your Steve Jobs, that would be your Gates, that would be your Travis, and that would be, you know, Robert Thompson, a guy, billionaire from investing. These would be your uber successful entrepreneurs. They're like at the top, but many people use them as if they're ordinary and they're not. Those are extreme examples of the bell curve. I mean, it is crazy. But you have that stuff going on and it creates a lot of things. Oh, wait a minute, I just looked, someone said thumbs down. There's somebody who's a solopreneur or entrepreneur who thinks they're one, but they ain't making no damn money and they're mad that I said something. Once again, support the channel, offer a love donation, links below, because we're about to get very controversial. I'm gonna say some stuff that a lot of people don't wanna hear, but for the folks who are not all up in their feelings, this will be some of the most helpful entrepreneur advice you'll ever get in your life, because when you have the proper information, you make better decisions. There is a great deal of fluffery. There's someone, I'm not going to say their name, who was like, I ain't trying to sell you nothing. All of a sudden they got like 18 courses and all this other stuff. And they did a Donald Trump, said one thing, did another, but people still love it because that's their person. And there's a problem with that. When this recession hits, all of that disposable income for fuckery products disappears. And if you don't build a business on core principles and you're trustworthy and honest and you get people results, you're not going to make it. I mean, you'll probably get some desperate people because it's a recession and stuff. You'll get them. But the real money, the smart money, So it's just better to learn how to build a business the right way. Maya Mia, who started on cosmetic seller promoter, I started watching her in 2012. There's a lot of people on YouTube doing business correctly, like this quote, apocalypse, where people start freaking out. Did you see me sweat? I think I made one video. I'm not sure. I think I made it on Mac Daddy Media. I care. I was like, like I said, once again, you like this channel, buy a product, go below the video, check out a love offering. I mean, someone donated like $30 the other day. And I'm going to tell you why, that doesn't seem like a lot, right? Which, whoever you are, because I didn't go in there and look, I just saw the email, but whoever you are, thank you, I appreciate it. That is the income of a hot video for a month. So I get, 30, 50 bucks a day in love offerings because people like the channel. They're like, I don't want to buy a product, but I like Glendon, so I'm just going to throw him some ducats. That's a G a month. And I don't have to share with nobody. Think about that. All right, what we got here? Life and health insurance independent contractor. You're a commissioned salesperson, man. Everett, call it what it is. Yeah, but you can't get into the meat of it, David. David, any suggestions on turnkey business? I'll put this to you. Do you have $250,000 to $3 million to invest in something turnkey? Because if you don't, there's really nothing that's going to give you what you're looking for. Erica, Gary Vee keeps talking about can't wait till this free money dries up. Well, I started this thing in 2009 in a recession with no money, and then I used my own money, so I could see the point. Turnkey businesses do exist, but they're all right. Let's just talk about that because it's really a good point. Let's say you have a franchise that is real legit, and someone buys it and immediately has a personal income of $250,000 to $300,000 a year, which really is an income because then you got to pay back the money that you invested. They exist. They're just expensive. And think about it. They should be, why would someone give you a McDonald's? At one point, McDonald's actually had a program for minorities that they would train you, put up the money, and give you a McDonald's. Then white people got all upset and started suing them, and they got rid of the program. But someone gives you something that can literally make you millions and millions of dollars in your life. It deserves to be expensive. That's actually appropriate. So there are turnkey things. There's just no cheap turnkey things. I mean, think about Mike Tyson is ludicrous. All right, you're going to buy something for $100 that will make you $100,000 a year. That makes no sense. None. If it makes $100,000, I'm just going to put this out here. There's some businesses I'm creating this year I may talk about, but I'm probably not going to do a course. But I know they will make money because why am I going to create competition for myself? I know people are like, whoa, wait. Glendon, you're supposed to be giving out the free information and, just keep, whoa. Why you getting like that? There will be stuff because I'm going to create businesses where I can show you how businesses are being developed. I'm going to do that at B School for Hustlers. And then there's going to be some video marketing stuff that's going to be at Mac Daddy Media. Then publishing. Getting real heavy into publishing because everyone's like, books are dead. And Kindle, no, communication is never going to die. It's never going to die. And while everybody's like, scared and running and all this and leaving YouTube, I'm jumping in because hard. You will see a lot of content. Side hustle, handyman service. That's good side hustle, very hard to scale. Eric. You were solely dependent on YouTube ads for revenue like other channels. I've noticed a content explosion in other channels once they add the faucet was turned back on. Oh, that's real interesting because I have seen some people who actually talk shit about me for selling products. Now they're selling products. It's real interesting, people. It's pretty interesting. I've seen that too. Purpose Pit. I'm a 25-year-old living at home. I listened to your Cameron video where you roast people who are 25 living at home. It was hard advice that I needed to hear. I felt too comfortable at home. I'm going to put this out here. As a man, you need to get away from your mom and dad, and especially your mom, and go out there because I'm going to tell you a little secret. having your own place, not car, place, will get you a lot of sex. Because let's look at the numbers here. You know, you're 25, so 30 something percent to 40 something percent of people your age are living with their parents. You got to sneak around to have sex. Well, you have your own place. And I'm telling you, when I left the boarding house and moved to my house in East Point, the lady's name that we rented to was Diana. She left some furniture in there. I had this kind of like platform bed that was built that I dragged out the basement and threw a mattress on it. I have no nightstands. I did have curtains on. Man, it's like I don't have a car. Ooh, but I do have my own house. Really? Maybe I'll come over and fix dinner for you. That would be nice. Okay. Tomorrow? Well, sure. After work? Man, let's go to the grocery store now. I'll just drop you off at home. We're here. Oh, this is because it was kind of like not Victorian, but 1930 architecture, pocket doors. It was, it was a sexy place. And she's like, next thing I know, her clothes were off. But I had no car, but I had my own place. So for you young men out there who are like, yeah, man, I can stay with my mama and get this fly ride, you are missing out on a lot of opportunity. A lot. More than you know. All right. Corey, boom. Competitive advantage is everything you can give some solid info, but you have to keep that gold mine to yourself. David, I was just saying that old archive urban pack rat screenshots validate your digital footprint as a long-lasting digital entrepreneur. I do AML work as a day job. I search old online evidence. Oh, that's another thing too. And that's the reason I get irritated with people because, whether you choose to believe I'm successful or not, everybody's got their opinion. You can actually Google me and find shit that goes back 9 years. Some of these new fashion high school millionaires, you can only find 6 months worth of stuff. But people like that because it's like junk food. It's real tasty, full of empty calories and no substance. Yeah, I think books are going to be kicking it. What's up, Jonathan? Well, so that's the whole thing because, just to wrap this up, you should be a solopreneur first. I think that's very important. I would recommend the book. It's called Rework by Jason Fried. Check that out because you need to learn some stuff. You need to do some jobs because essentially every job that I've hired people for, I can do it, but it's not the best use of my time to do it. Like, I could build a website. I got a little coding stuff, but someone who does it all the time can do it in a day. Well, it might take me 2 or 3 weeks to do. So time is money. It is worth it to hire that person to do that versus me doing it, even though I can do it, because being a control freak is not the way to become wealthy. It's just not. I mean, withstanding the control freak we have in the White House. And on that, I'm going to put this out here. Google it. Don't believe me, because a lot of people don't know Donald Trump has a sister. Google Donald Trump's sister and lawsuit over the $400 million inheritance that was left by Fred Trump. All of you in this stream, if someone gave you $10 million and some good advice, could be very successful. I think most of you could turn it at least into 50 million, and some of you would become billionaires if you had 10 million to start with. Now, what if you got some money, then when dad died, you got like 200 million? I'm just saying, 200 million in assets, you were already rich, then you got another 200 million. Do you think it's that hard to become a billionaire when maybe you were sitting on 300 million and you just tripled your wealth? Oh, you're a billionaire now. I'm just saying, Google it. His sister's a judge. Look, creep into the background, and a lot of stuff will make more sense. All right. Whoa, let me go back up here. For show, big baby. Good stuff, Glendon. It's been a while since I've been here. I'm in the process of building my ad agency. So am I. Looking to open an office as well. Pimping ain't easy, bro. Appreciate the nuggets. I will tell you, on open up an office, this is what you do. And I'm going to tell you some stuff that you're going to face as having a small company. Because I'll real quick, 5 minutes, I'll just go through the whole thing. One of the problems I was having hiring people was perception. I've been working in the basement for all these years. I forgot what it was like to work with employees and other people. So that, I'm sitting like, yeah, I got this YouTube channel. I'm successful. Yeah, you'll be working in my basement. And they were like, this motherfucker ain't got no money. I mean, seriously. So get your office and the building, long as it's a building, you're good. But hook up the inside. Paint the walls, go on Craigslist, get some good furniture, make sure it matches. And it's just going to do a better job of presenting the success of your business. Because, people are like the people that I'm renting for that came by the office. Because, when I signed the lease, I had to ask to paint the walls. You have to put these stipulations in. And she's from Argentina. And she's like, your office is so posh. Oh, my God. Could you come to my house? That's to sell the company. Looks matter. And get that whole presentation thing going, because people are just so suspicious. All right, wait a minute, 25. Let's see. Purpose fit. There's less of a stigma for a woman to live at home with her parents. Not in my opinion. I would not date a woman living with her parents. I refuse. I would fuck them, but I wouldn't date them. But you're right, there's a stigma, but put the same standards on them that they put on you. And the level of women and the type of women you date would dramatically change. And a lot of women do not want to be judged on those same standards that judge you. They will freak out. I know someone, Purpose Pit, who's 50 some years old, a woman who's in that situation. And she still thinks she's a catch and that some dude gonna scoop her up and take care of her. Vulture storage facility, research top divorce zip codes. Okay. Yada. So my group website and app development, I don't want to begin pricing my service at high rates since my group is not known properly. My question will be in the next comment. My question is, what do I do after getting recognition to start pricing? Oh, okay. This is more going to be stuff for B School for Hustlers. But what you do is you find one customer and you charge. If you think that what you're going to do is worth $5,000, you charge $20,000. This is where sales and marketing skills come in. Okay, like this whole being known on website. Yeah, that helps. But if you know how to sell, then what you remember. I used to sell commercial office furniture. One day after I did a deal, and I said, the only thing these people know about me is I have a business card and a web and a phone. That's all they knew. And I walked out with a check for $250,000. Do not get caught up in that internet solopreneur bullshit, content. No. Learn how to sell. You can find someone and say, look, I'm going to give you this. I mean, you have to really over deliver. I mean, you got to give them a lot. But to start that from jump, then you get that job. And then after you do that job, you're like, hey, can you give me a referral? You can literally, if you know how to sell and cold call, and that's what we're going to do. I will put this out there because it's going to start releasing tomorrow, because tomorrow's the 15th. I changed the name of the cold calling course because, like I said, I really thought about it. And it's going to be digital introductions. Let's see, matter of fact. Because, like I said, I wasn't going to do this, but I can go into here and I can give you the whole deal. Because, your question provoked me to go here. And you can't buy it now. I will be putting that out there. Because, like I said, I haven't even rehearsed the name. But digital introductions, cold calling for successful business people. And we'll be talking about how to successfully email, how to successfully go into the DM, how to get clients in real life. Because as I'm telling you, right now, with whatever you're doing, if you learn how to pick up the phone, email, go to whatever, and you go hard with that, someone will buy from you and someone will pay you what you want. I'm living proof. Like, I've met some of my people for my bigger clients. There's two I have never met. Two. And what I'm talking about, per month, what most people make in a year. But there's expenses, there's rent, there's paying people, but still. So this is why selling and learning how to market is so important, that you can literally build $1 million business and have nothing online. That's real. And like, there's a lot of people who are doing that. So don't limit yourself like that. You should set a goal of who you want to work with. I will tell you how the business model for my agency, Mac Daddy Media. We do video marketing, except I go into a company's complete business, because let's say we go ahead and put together a good video marketing campaign, right? And the company's infrastructure cannot handle that new traffic. What's going to happen? Bad reviews, broken websites, a lot of pissed off people. And when you start a company and sales and everything start to increase, guess what else increases? Cost, salaries, web fees. So you could like zoom up and your sales can outpace your infrastructure, where you don't have money to handle this infrastructure and you could go out of business. See, that's something I know from experience, where, there's marketing companies like, more sales. If you're not prepared, more sales can put you out of business. I know it sounds crazy, but I've made that mistake. So I do that. Plus I will continue to sell my products, because Hustler Kung Fu will come under Mac Daddy Media LLC. And then there's products and stuff to have consistent income coming in, so I don't have to take projects or deal with clients I don't want to deal with. So that's how I'm running my agency. Let's see, Ben the bartender, hold on. I could drop my job and focus on my hustle full time with 200 mil. Dude, most people, let's be real. You got $300,000 in one lump sum and a good plan. Most folks can become millionaires in 1 to 2 years. Easy. That's why, when you like, I got a small business loan, that's like, motherfucker, I studied you. This is bullshit. You got 200 million plus the game, plus the connections, plus the asset of growing up rich and growing up with other rich people. He's got this. I mean, even before now, he could have walked in the bank and like, hey, it's Donald. I need like 10 million. Okay. I'm serious. And so that whole, it's just, it's bullshit. Michael Sneed, after selling the business and taking a 2-month break, I was asked this weekend if I've ever been successful in business. Michael Sneed, until you become super well-known successful, your success ain't shit. So what if your house is paid off? So what if your car is paid off? So what if you take 8 vacations a year? You ain't nobody, because you ain't on YouTube. You ain't on the gram. You ain't on Hollywood, whatever those Hollywood shows are. You're not infamous, so you don't count, even though you live in a good life. People, I mean, it's crazy. Like, if you don't hit baller status, it's like it doesn't count to the outside people. Franchise 15. I have had a business and was really growing. Now sales have gone up each month. It's not making enough to support me, just so I do have to have a full-time job. Business hours every night and weekend. I still have close to 40K in student loan, charging me 400 months of payments. They offer the settlement of 13K from my biggest loan, which I would pay most of it. I can hustle on the side, cutting grass. My business, since I work my job Monday to Friday. You got to make some choices, and you got to take pen and paper and run numbers. You know that stuff more intimately than I do. All right, Yada. Bodacious 401, what's going on? Credit boss killing my bad credit. That's a shout out. Glendon is right, spot on about business owners winning. Even though I'm a solopreneur, I never made a lot of money in the credit restoration play space. It's hard, takes a lot of discipline, looking for employees. All right, credit boss killing my bad credit. This is what you do. You find a bank, you find a car dealership, you find a loan mortgage officer, and you start getting leads. It's like, hey, everybody that's got really bad credit, send them my way, then I'm gonna send them back to you. It's a reciprocal relationship, because if you fix their jacked up credit and then these guys get able to get them bought. I sell cars, we used to call it getting someone bought. Then it's a win-win situation. So you get leads, you fix a lot of credit, and you're not out here beating the streets. What's up, charlatan? My business is growing. I mean, that's kind of what I was talking about, franchise 15, that in a recession, business don't stop, it slows down. It's just being over leveraged that puts people out of business. And business is good, it's making money. And I'll talk about this some more. Let's see, where are we with this stream? Oh, I went over. I was trying to do 45 minutes. Anyway, I'm about to jump. That was just a little chit chat. And for those of you who want to support the channel, go below the video and leave a love offering. You can just support Hustlers Kung Fu there, drop something, or go to hustlerskungfu.com, buy a product, check out the blog. It'll change your life. And be sure to subscribe to all these other channels, because this channel is only for beginning hustlers now. I will be getting into deeper concepts at B School for Hustlers. I'll be getting to video marketing at Mac Daddy Media. I'll be getting into self-publishing at Rich Self-Published Author. I'll be getting into personal development at it's Glendon Cameron now. I was going to call it Personal Development for Hustlers. And the stories were coming to I Am Cameron. Currently doing a lot of political stuff, and at some point there will be a political channel and a political blog. Just letting you know. All right, so with that, be good. Be sure to go below the video, get all that stuff, and I will catch you guys later.